Why don't we start with something that's just happened today? Danny Welbeck, who scored 14 goals last season for Brighton, turns 36 in November and strongly linked with a move to Chelsea. Sounds weird, but kind of makes sense, does it not?
Well, it makes sense on the basis that I think myself and Stevie and many others last year were talking about Chelsea's lack of experience. Now they need a bit more of that seasoned professional in the dressing room. And I think Danny Welbeck brings that. He brings reliable cover for João Pedro and I guess reliable cover for Leon Delap, who, Leon Delap is still all about potential, isn't he? But he's not been very fit for the last 12 months. So Danny Welbeck is a guy that will be around the dressing room, will help, bring on Leon Delap, also be the guy that's kind of been around a little bit and knows how to handle the younger players in the squad because, Xabi Alonso will need a bit of help in that. I think, Chelsea appointing Alonso in the first place is a good move. Alonso bringing in Morgan Rogers is a good move too. But I just think adding someone like Welbeck, it shows you that Chelsea have kind of learnt the lessons a bit from having all those young players in the squad. They realise they need, somebody who's been around the block a little bit. And I think if you're losing Alejandro Garnacho and you're bringing in Danny Welbeck, that is 100% win, no matter what you say.
Stevie, you've played in teams as a youngster and lent on the experience of some of your teammates. You've played in teams as an experienced teammate and you've helped some of the youngsters. Does this make sense for you?
Oh, 100%. Aye. Yeah, it's a great move, and he's the perfect guy as well. And more, I guess at the end of the day, the first thing that Danny Welbeck has to do is be able to perform on the field, and we know he can do that. So that box is ticked. But then probably more for Alonso is what Augie was talking about that maturity around the dressing room, on the field. I mean, just in general. Obviously he'd been looking for a player like that. He tried to sign Granit Xhaka for that very same reason, and he's probably signed a similar player in the same sort of mould in terms of maturity and experience and the way he would gel players together, signing Danny Welbeck. So I think all round it's a win-win-win for Chelsea, and I agree 100% with Augie. It's time they learned their lesson. It's taken them long enough, but it seems as though eventually the penny's dropped.
Yeah, comments made in April by the ownership talking about how they might need to tweak the way that when they buy players, they're buying talented youngsters, but they do still need that little bit of experience. Just for context, for Welbeck, he signed a 12-month extension at Brighton to take him till the end of this coming season. That was back in March, so I doubt a deal would be too difficult.